Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with another personal story video, and this one is going to be probably fairly briefly compared to a lot of my other videos. Um, if you've been, following my channel for some time, you know that I got laid off from a position back in February, a long-term position I had. Then I landed a contract role that it ran from March till June. Okay. And I was out of work for about 2 months this time, more or less. The first time I was out, it was 3 weeks. This time it was 2 months. Okay. I'm starting a job on Monday. I have a start, I had an actual written job offer they sent me. Okay. Start date, start time, pay, all of the necessary information to know that you're starting a job. And again, mine's Monday. Hooray, right? Anyway, during the process though, let's see, out of for the during those 2 months, I probably applied to maybe roughly 60 jobs. To be honest, I don't know exactly how many I applied to, but it was a decent number of jobs, maybe 60. Okay. And out of those 60 jobs that I applied for, I ended up doing somewhere between 10 to 15 interviews, somewhere in that neighborhood, right? So that's actually a pretty damn good ratio of interviews to applications. So, yay, right? Anyway, out of those 10 to 15 interviews that I had um, 4 to 5 what I would call um, pseudo job offers, and then one, real job offer, right? And the pseudo job offers were all, you know, some of them a lot. Now, to be fair, most of the pseudo job offers that I got were basically just these folks were basically telling me in inexact terms, I guess, because they didn't want to, really screw themselves, that they were going to offer me the job at a future point in the process. That's the kind of language they were using. They didn't come out directly and say that, but that's kind of the language they were using. It seemed like they really wanted to move forward with the process, and they were probably going to offer me a job. Didn't happen on them, okay? Uh, but what's prompting me to make this video is last Friday, a week ago, okay? I interviewed at this company. It was for the company that I interviewed at. Coincidentally, the company that I'm starting at Monday is an IT service provider, and anybody who's in the IT field knows that IT service providers are a very quickly growing part of the IT job market. There are still a lot of corporate IT jobs out there, but um, there certainly are. There's more growth in IT service positions than there are with IT service companies than with like corporate IT departments. The growth where the jobs are is starting to shift. Do I think corporate IT jobs will ever go away entirely? No, I don't. But as far as the growth in the sector, in the industry, it's probably going to continue to be with these IT service companies for a while. The trend may change eventually, but for a while, I think we're going to see a lot of growth with those companies. But that's neither here nor there. So the job I'm starting at Monday is with a corporate or not a shit, with an IT service provider, and it seems like an okay job. But I'm going to tell you about the job that I interviewed for last Friday after I got my actual real job offer. I had some more interviews on the table, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to pursue these other interviews. So one that I pursued was the one on Friday, and it was with another IT service provider, whatever. But it was basically, even though it was with a provider like that, it was, on site with one of their customers. And basically, the job was basically very similar to a corporate IT role. You know, basically, what I mean by that type of role is you're responsible for one network, one set of computers, it's basically one environment that you're in charge of. And that tends to be what I like to do, but c'est la vie, it didn't happen. But what was funny is during the interview, I'm talking to these guys, and it was the panel, it was 3 people. You just got to love those interviews. I don't know why that's a new style where you talk to 3. It's whatever. Anyway, they seemed to really like me. They even said, "We really like you. We have this position, and we'd like to offer you the job." And they told me about the position. I was like, "Well, that sounds great. That sounds like a really good job. I'm really interested in it." And they said, "Yeah, we'll send you over a job offer real soon." Like they were acting like they were going to send it to me that day on Friday. They didn't say those exact words, but again, that's what was implied. So I'm like, okay, great. So, but to be fair, it was Friday afternoon when I interviewed over there. I think it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon when I interviewed there last Friday. So nothing came Friday. Whatever. I didn't really expect it on Friday. Okay. Monday this week comes and goes. No job offer. Okay. Maybe they're just a little bit slow, right? Tuesday rolls around. Nothing comes Tuesday morning. So some point Tuesday, I think it was in the afternoon, actually I think it was like around 11 or so. I reach out on Tuesday and I say, "Hey, I'm interested in this position. I haven't seen anything yet. I need to see details before, I can accept this position, before I tell the other position that I'm not interested. I need to see the details of this." "Okay, yeah, we'll get it over to you right away, blah, 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 blah." Fine. Okay, fine. So rest of Tuesday ticks away. Nothing. Wednesday rolls around. I'm, again, still pretty interested in this job. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? Since I'm really interested in this other job, I'm going to continue to pursue this. And basically until they tell me to fuck off, right? So Wednesday morning, I call and I have a 10-minute conversation with one of the people who interviewed me. I basically told him just how interested I was in the position, yada, yada, yada. I put it in very plain terms that I needed to see a job offer ASAP. I couldn't have been any more plain than I was. Then after that, that was early Wednesday. It was like, I don't know, 9 a.m., right? So, most of Wednesday rolls by. And at this point, 4 o'clock in the afternoon rolls around. I don't get anything, right? So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to turn this into a fucking game, right? Just for my own amusement at this point, because fuck these people. I decide, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call one of the other people I interviewed with, because there were 3 guys who I interviewed with. And so I called another one of the people I interviewed with Wednesday afternoon. I get his voicemail. I leave a voicemail, right? And don't hear back, obviously, because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't hear jack shit back. So, Thursday rolls around. Thursday morning, like, I don't know, I call him at about 9. I'm like, at this point, it's just a fucking game. It's just a fucking game to me at this point. I don't give a fuck anymore, because I'm thinking, yeah, these assholes aren't going to come through. So I call again at 9 a.m., right? And I get the voicemail. And I leave the voicemail. Of course, I'm polite. I'm never really shut. Because, of course, when you're dealing with places, you're going to be polite and professional, right? So, even though obviously, I'm not saying fuck you, right? I'm not doing that in the voicemails. I have a little more common sense than that. So, anyway, I left another voicemail Thursday morning. And then I have to give them a little bit of credit. A little tiny, tiny, tiny amount of credit. They did call me back Thursday after I left the voicemail Thursday morning. "Oh, well, we've had some internal changes here. We're not hiring for the position, blah, blah, blah. We'll consider you for internal help desk or whatever." Fuck you, buddy. You know, at this point, I'm just like, whatever, you know. Well, I said thank you very much. Have a nice day. Obviously, I didn't say thanks for wasting my time, you fucking assholes. But that's essentially what they did, because it just really pisses me off that they had me come in for the interview and offer me the job and give me the runaround for like 4 fucking days, and they never offered, had no intention really of. Maybe they did have an intention when they started the process, but jumping through these hoops and shit just for um I don't know. I guess they probably did intend to offer me the job, otherwise they probably never would have verbally said it to me. But whatever. Basically, the moral of the story is, guys, looking for a job really fucking sucks. I'm glad that I am now at the end of that process, since I have a job starting Monday. And it's a permanent job, it's not a fucking contract. So that's good. I'm tired of contract positions. Excuse me. That's for goddamn sure. So I'm happy that that part's over. You know, I'm happy and relieved to have a job. It's a good thing. I'm not excited because I'm not particularly excited about the job, because what the job is, basically, I'll be in a network operations center field. Basically, what this translates to is I'll be in a cubicle on the phone most of the day, talking to customers, trying to solve their issues. Yeah. I mean, it's not a dream job by any stretch, but we'll see. I'll give it a chance. It certainly beats the shit out of not working, right? The pay is decent, so that's not really a complaint. It's just the job itself is like certainly not a dream job, but there are worse jobs out there. So anyway, if you don't have a job offer in writing, it's absolutely worthless. Absolutely worthless. Get it in writing. Certainly don't, if you have a written job offer on the table and then another place during the process also offers you a job, but they only do it verbally. Excuse me, guys. Just got the itches. Um, if another place offers you a job verbally, do whatever you do. Don't contact the first place and tell them, no, I'm starting this other job, unless you have another written job offer on the table, because if it's just verbal, it's completely worthless. So anyway, that's basically all I have to say. Just kind of ranting a little bit. I just went a few different directions. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did like what you see, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks a whole lot for watching, and see you guys next time.